Hey you guys, welcome back to Love for Plants. Today we are going over the terrible fungus gnat situation. People always have issues with fungus gnats. This year I think I have it figured out, so I would love to share with you what I do and all the different techniques I've tried, which I'm sure anybody that has a fungus gnat infestation has tried multiple things. I don't have any neem oil with me right now, but most people try neem oil. They try the mosquito bites. They try the hydrogen peroxide mixture. They try the apple cider vinegar with dish soap. And of course the sticky traps. However, I found last year I had a huge infestation, and I'm not going to say these techniques didn't work, but until you get rid of the adult gnats, these aren't going to help you. In my situation, they didn't anyway. So what I do now is, yes, I will still use the vinegar dish soap. You get a container, you put vinegar in it. Apple cider vinegar works best. A small little drop of Dawn dish soap, mix it together, sit it where your plants are. It attracts the gnats, and then the gnats die because they can't get out of the soap. So I do that still sometimes. I no longer use the hydrogen peroxide method. This is supposed to kill the larva that's in the dirt. I think my new technique works a little bit better, and I haven't had to use this at all this year. So mosquito bites, I do use this still for some of my plants that are in water only. I will put this in there because obviously fungus gnats like moisture, they like water. So I use the mosquito bites. I put a couple of just the little pellets into the water to help eliminate that. Sticky traps, I do use these things, but I use these to make sure I don't have an infestation. So a lot of my plants will get these, and these have, you can take these off on both sides of the sticky under there. I will only take one side off. I won't take both sides off. I'll only take one side off, and I'll stick it in my plant. So like my snow bush, for example, it has one in there. Now you'll notice I left this side on because your leaves will start to stick to it. So I flip it the other way. And then every time I water, I check this. And if I have a lot of gnats on it, then I know this is the plant with the infestation, and I can treat this plant individually. So that is what I use these for now. If this starts to get covered in gnats and I think I got my problem taken care of, then I will pull this out. I'll take this side off and then put this white side over here. I'll cover all the gnats up. That way I can use this side as a fresh side and see for sure if I got the gnats taken care of in that plant. So there's that. As you can tell, my dirt is really dry on the top. That is the one thing that has really helped me this year. As you can tell, I got a lot of plants behind me. I got a stand that goes all the way down the wall. My husband always hates the plants because of the gnats. Last year they were terrible. I tried all of these different methods. It didn't take care of anything. It just drove me crazy. You're swatting gnats out of your face. You're covering up your drinks because you don't want gnats, and it's really disgusting. So I understand this frustration. So this year we tried something different, and so far I haven't had a gnat issue. I bottom water only. Now this does take a lot more time. I will bottom water. This plant is super dry on the top. I will bottom water until I see the soil getting wet on the top. So when the soil starts to get a little dark on the top, I pull the plant out of the water. I let it sit on a tray to drip, and then the next day I'll put the plant back in its position where it was. But I've noticed that if you keep the top dry, you don't really need anything else. And like I said, I use these just in case, because there are some plants that I have to top water. I don't like to top water, but some of them just do better, I guess, with top water. And there's not many. I might have like 3 that I top water. So I do keep these in there specifically for the ones I top water, just to make sure the gnats aren't getting bad. If I only see one or two, I don't panic. It's when this thing's getting full, or if I see a few gnats on this and then I see gnats in the soil of that plant, then I know it's time to get that plant out of my house, get it taken care of. Now, if you do have a gnat infestation, this is my suggestion because, like I said, I've dealt with it last year. Last year, I took all my plants out of my house. I know it's winter right now. If you have a garage or a basement or something, you can take them, put them in, because until you kill the adult gnats, you're really not going to get anywhere. So what I did last year, I took all my plants down in the garage. I repotted all of them. I put them into the basement with the stickies in them. I let them completely dry out. And then you can either bomb your house. You can go to the store and get those little bomb things. I'm sorry, I don't remember what they're called. You can bomb your house, which kills the adult gnats, or you can get the fly ribbons. They're kind of like this, but they're ribbons that people get to catch flies. You can put those in the areas where you have the adult gnats and just wait until the gnats are gone before you bring your plants back up. If you bring your plants back up before all your gnats are gone, you're not getting anything accomplished. You're just going to have plants infested again. So that is my suggestion. If you have a gnat infestation, repot all your plants, get your plants out of the house until you get the adults taken care of, however you want to do that. And then start bottom watering your plants. It does take a very long time, and I have a lot of plants, so I spend a lot of time watering. A lot of people say they water once a week, once every 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. I don't have a watering schedule. I look for plants that are droopy and are showing me signs that they need watered. So one plant might go 3 weeks without a water, and one plant, say the snow bush, it's in a smaller container. It needs watered more often. It dries out. It doesn't hold as much because it's not as big as a pot. So this might get watered weekly. The fig, it might get watered once every 3 weeks. So you really just have to keep an eye on it. If your plants are still wet in it's winter time, let them dry out. Like, I seriously let all of my plants dry out in the winter. Now, summer, entirely different story. And I'll go over that when summer comes again. But in the winter, let them dry out. They don't need to grow. It's their slow time. Let them dry out. Let them stay dry until they show you signs that they need watered again. I told you I haven't watered this one probably like 3 weeks. He's getting new leaves on him. He looks beautiful. He doesn't need a huge water. Now, I'm going to try to take him out of the actual nursing pot and show you. He has been sitting in water for, I don't know, 10 minutes. And you can see where he's wet and where he's not. Now, you can't pull all your plants out of the pot. Sometimes that just doesn't work. But you can tell how the top's dry. So he's done getting watered. He's watered all the way through. And in order to help me not get gnats, I'm going to let the rest of that stay dry. If you can't pull your plant out of the nursery pot, then like I said, when the top of the soil up here starts showing signs that moisture's coming in, take it out of the water. This has helped. I might have a couple gnats every once in a while, but I don't see them every day. I think that gnat traps or the stickies that I have, I think if there are any gnats that, are in the house, I think it catches them. I haven't had an infestation all year. It's now, the middle of January, so I only have a couple more months to go. But that's what I do. I just bottom water, and I've been bottom watering him. Some of your plants are going to take a lot longer to bottom water. He is not showing any signs of wet soil, but he is heavy. So I'm actually going to cut him off. You can do it based on how your plant feels. So when your plant feels like extremely light, no weight at all, good time maybe to give it a good soak. He was getting a little droopy. You can see some of the leaves up here were drooping. That's his sign that he needs some water. So I try not to water him all the way to the top. I just lift him up. I'm like, oh, you're so heavy. He's good enough. That's all I need, because I don't want those gnats back in my house. So like I said, some of these things they may work, they may help, but until you get rid of the big problem, which is the adults that are in your house, those aren't going to take care of anything. You're going to try everything. I've tried the cinnamon on top of the plants. I've tried the sand. Gosh, you name it. I've looked it up. I've tried it all. Last year, like I said, the infestation was terrible. I finally had to get the plants out of my house. This year, nothing at all. So I totally suggest bottom watering. I hope that works for you guys. Like I said, it does take more time. If you have a bathtub in your house, set some of your plants in the bathtub, plug the drain, fill it with water just until the water, is about to here on most of your plants. Let them soak in there for a little bit, unplug the drain, let them drip in there, and you're done. So a lot of different ways to speed it up, but it is a longer process. I mean, let's be honest, just sticking these things under the faucet, a lot quicker, but you also get the problem of the gnats. So I hope this helps you guys. Go ahead and give it a try. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.